What's up, y'all? Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Greatly appreciate it. As always, if you could hit the like button, subscribe button, notification button, then make sure you stay up to date with all of my future Teachable Tuesdays content. Today, we are on the final round of the semifinal round. Not the final round yet. As you saw from last week, Gunryu and Heihachi, they were the winners, so they are patiently awaiting to see who they're going to be facing this upcoming Saturday for our final round. My apologies for not dropping the video this Saturday. That's why I'm making up for it on a Wednesday. So you guys are going to get 2 episodes this week. You're going to get the last round of the semifinal, and you're going to get the final video of the Tekken Tag Tournament Season 2 bowling series. So I'm hoping that you guys have been enjoying it so far. This week, we have a very interesting matchup. We have Prototype Jack and Wang versus King and Paul Phoenix. That's actually a reverse, but either way, seems like King and Paul Phoenix are pretty much like the favorites to win the tournament. At least that's my prediction. I could be wrong. I think I owe you guys a whole bunch of push-ups if I'm wrong. I don't know how many I owe you guys. I have to go back in a couple episodes and look. I'll know, and I'll announce it by the final round. If they make it through this round, we'll have to see. It seems like King and Paul have been doing the best out of everybody this tournament. But you got to remember, just because you were the best one week, that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll be the best next week. And that's how tournaments go. That's how playoffs go. That's how games in sports go in general. Every week, it could be a new thing. So without further ado, not to talk you guys' heads off for too long, let's go ahead into the room and find out who's going to be proceeding to the final round and who's going home. Let's get started. All right, here we go. Episode 14, the last round of the semifinals before we get into the finale. Very excited about this. Paul's up the bat first, or up the bowl first. I'm sorry, wrong sport. Let's see what he does, and he starts off with 9 pins. So not a bad start. King, let's see if he can capitalize with the spare, and he does. All right, so pretty solid start for King and Paul Phoenix. Wang, old man vibes. What you got, old man? Show these young whippersnappers how you do it. Okay, that's not exactly how you show them how to do it. And that last pin is taking a very long time to come down. All right, well, Prototype Jack, can he get a spare? You know, at least to kind of even the playing field. Let's see. And he does. All right, so both teams start off with a spare for their first go around. Let's see what Paul Phoenix does. And he does an 8-10 split. Ooh. Not quite what you want to do. Let's see if King can get at least one. He does get one. I'm waiting for the day where I see somebody knock down that 8-10 split. But until then, we're just going to keep it moving. Wang Jinrei, let's see what he does. He gets down a good 6 pins. This is going to be 7. All right, 7 pins for him. Let's see what Prototype Jack does. This should be a relatively easy spare, I would like to think. And that's exactly what it is. All right, Paul, after that 8-10 split, how's he going to come back? Comes back with 9 pins. All right, so far, nobody has had a strike. This is very interesting. King, he goes on with a spare. So I'm assuming this is going to be a pretty relatively close game. It's a little early to tell. Wang Jinrei, what is he going to do? He starts off with 7 pins. Can Prototype Jack get this spare? Let's find out. And he does. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. This is a pretty slow start for both teams. Can't really say who's going to be in the driver's seat just yet. King, can he knock down these 2 pins? It should be easy spare. Okay. That was a little bit of a close call. I'm not going to lie. I didn't think he was going to get it. Wang, what is he going to do? And he rolls, all right, so that's 7 pins. This is an interesting 7 pins. Not exactly a 7-10 split, but we do see a little gap. Can Prototype get that down? And he does not. Okay, all right, so that's the first time that a spare has not happened. Does that put Paul and King in the lead? Let's find out. I don't know, it just might. He rolls a strike, so can Wang Jinrei capitalize with that and get a strike himself to help his team? And he does not. He only gets 7 pins. That's not going to help you guys. You guys have to start getting some strikes at some point. But, you know, at least he gets a spare. You can't complain too much about that. The spare's a spare. Let me adjust this camera a little bit. I just realized that it's a little bit off. There we go. That's a little better. All right. Let's see what Paul does. Is he going to capitalize with another strike? Let's find out. Not quite, but 9 pins is still pretty good. King, what is he going to do? And he gets a spare. All right. So here we go. Wang again. And this team has not gotten a strike yet. You would have to think that at some point they would like to get a strike. And instead they get an 8-10 split. That's not what you need when your team has had a strike. Oh, and that was so close. I was just talking about the fact that somebody needs to get that 8-10 split down. That was so close. Oh, my goodness. Paul, he rose up again, and this time he gets a 7-10 split. So a lot of splits happening today. And like I said before, this tournament in general, that wasn't as close as P-Jack, though. All right, so first team has 111 points. Let's see what Wang does. Can they catch back up just a little bit? 8 pins. Okay, I guess it's not horrible. They need to get the spare, though. I will say that much. That will really help them out. All right. So, Prototype Jack and Wang still have a small chance to catch up, but they really got to get the ball rolling. And with Paul getting that strike, that doesn't really help their cause much. If they don't get a strike this round, it's going to be very difficult for them to catch back up. Let's see what they do. And Wang Jinrei gets a strike. That's exactly what you need to keep yourself in the game. Uh-oh. Paul gets a foul. That is not what you want when you were in the driver's seat. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Second foul that has happened this tournament. King, can he make up with that with a spare at the very least? Let's find out. And, he gets 9 pins. All right, Wang, this is your chance. You can have a chance to kind of catch back up. Possibly. Let's see what he does. Will he get a strike? No, he does not get a strike, but Prototype Jack has a chance to get a spare and kind of make things a little bit more closer. And he does get a spare. All right, so we are down to the 10th frame. And I don't know. I'm going to say Wang and Prototype Jack currently have the lead. If Paul can get a couple strikes, though, maybe he can put them ahead. He gets 8 pins. Okay, that's not bad. King, what are you going to do? It's kind of up to you at this point. And he gets a spare. So we are going into a third frame. The max they can go for is 159 points. Paul, what are you going to do? And he does not get the full strike. So that's 156 points. Wang, it's up to you, man. It depends on what you do in this row. Can they take the game away and beat down the favorites? They get an 8-10 split. That's not good. Uh-oh, we are in trouble. So right now, it's 154 points. Prototype Jack and Wang need to get this 8-10 split in order to have a chance to tie the game up and win. This is crazy, y'all. I can't believe it's coming down to the wire. All right, Prototype Jack, what are you gonna do? I don't know. It's kind of a little sticky here. Let's find out. What has he got planned? No, and he doesn't get it. Oh my goodness. So they lose by 2 points. A measly 2 points. I saw what Prototype Jack was trying to do. That was wild, ladies and gentlemen. I did not think it was going to come down to the nitty-gritty like that. That is crazy. But the favorites, King and Paul, are moving on to the final round to face Ganryu and Heihachi Mishima. And y'all, this is wrong. I know I said King and Paul were my favorites, but there was a little bit of me that was thinking that the underdogs, Wang and Prototype Jack, who haven't been doing too well score-wise this tournament, but were fortunate because they were going against weaker teams, would have a chance to pull off the upset, and they were close. So I think this really shows that King and Paul, they can be beaten. They can be beaten, but you know what? We won't find out until this upcoming Saturday when they face Ganryu and Heihachi. Very good game. I think the foul that Paul had, that threw things off. That gave Wang and Prototype Jack a chance, but I think the lack of strikes that they could have capitalized on kind of messed them up. But listen, this is it, y'all. We are going into the final round. One more episode to go, and we are done. This is Marcus Frazier from Teachable Tuesdays. Here to motivate you, encourage you, and inspire you to be a better you. Love you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Until then, Take care of yourselves.